It's alive! It's alive! It's alive!
Hi, I'm Chucky. Wanna play?
So real quick, the quality on this video is pretty bad, or at least when it shows me. So I just want to say that's because I wasn't using my regular camera. I was actually recording on my phone because I lost my camera. So I got my camera back now, so that's handy. So just bear with it, please. I'm sorry.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Wanna Play. My name is James McKenna, and today, in continuation of the Child's Play franchise, we'll be doing another walkthrough. This time, oh god, here we go. This time, it's on Curse of Chucky. The second movie in the franchise, directed by Don Mancini. After the first one, Seed of Chucky, well, it really bombed, didn't it? It was it was just terrible. There's nothing good about that movie. It was super confusing, but this movie is so much better than that one. This is the one that establishes Don Mancini as an incredible director. He's going to be directing this movie and Cult of Chucky, which are two incredible movies. This one is basically a return to form for the original two. Well, the original actually, because he doesn't come out until nearly halfway in. But how does he come out? Or does he come out at all and I'm just lying? I don't know. Let's find out and get straight into it. We open up with a van pulling up to a medieval-looking house. We meet Nika, who's going to be the new protagonist for the rest of the series, and the actual real-life daughter of Brad Dourif, who, well, voices Chucky in the movies. She's bound to a wheelchair from an injury at birth, and the delivery man walks up to the door with a familiar-looking box. Nika tells him about completion anxiety, which will come in handy later on. Nika and her mom open up the box, and we get, well, a good old good guy doll. Nika goes to take a call, and while she's doing that, her mom throws the doll in the trash can. Later that night, we hear her mom screaming, but when Nika comes in, it's too late, because it looks like she's not in her room anymore. Nika goes downstairs, and what do we see? Well, a puddle of blood. We get some haunting camera work that revolves over a rocking chair to show that the doll that was thrown away earlier is sitting on it. What? After Nika's mom's body gets dragged away in the background, we meet two new characters named Barb and Father Frank. They have a conversation, but all the while in the background, the doll is sitting on the chair, watching. We meet two more characters named Jill and Barb's daughter, Alice. Nika says she has a surprise for Alice, referring to the doll, but when she turns around, well, the doll has disappeared. Alice uses the bathroom, and ominously, the shower curtain starts moving in the background. She goes to investigate what's in it, and what is it? Well, it's a redesigned good guy doll. Whoa! That was a good one there. Alice walks out of the bathroom with it, and her mom says that she doesn't want to keep it, but her dad says,
"It's a doll. What's the worst that can happen?"
Dude, have you even seen Hollywood's hit flick Chucky Goes Psycho? They cook dinner, but someone pours rat poisoning into one of the bowls. We get some more masterful camera work as each character takes their seat, not knowing that one of them is about to be poisoned. We're not sure who's going to be poisoned either, so we get some fake outs such as,
"Oh my god.
What?
This is amazing."
And
Tastes funny. Eat it.
the priest looks at Alice's doll and he says that he's seen it before because, well, I mean, dude, Chucky Goes Psycho. What a great all-time classic, am I right? Hold on. Something else that doesn't make sense about Seed of Chucky that I actually realized while doing this is that PlayPals would have had to give in the rights to Hollywood to make a movie about their most popular and best-selling product and turn it into a killer doll. Why would you want to do that? And I mean, if they didn't give them the rights and they just made the movie anyway, Hollywood should have gotten sued. Just a quick thing to point out. We get some more epic spinny camera work, but eventually the camera zooms up to the priest who's now sweating. The priest tells a lie, that gets him out of the house, and he starts driving away. We randomly just get the worst kills of the movie as we get transported to a car crash scene and there's just two background bodies, so what do you know? Shit. One of the cars that crashed was the father, and when they go to take the debris off his head, holy shit! He gets decapitated by the debris? Oh my god! We get some more backstory telling us about Nika's father, who passed away drowning before Nika was born. Wait, where have I seen him before? Nobody else recognizes him either, but then Alice comes down and says that Chucky's missing. Jill and Alice begin to look for the doll, but he's nowhere to be found. Somebody starts running in the background, and then Jill checks the bathroom to see the curtains moving again. But when she opens it up, well, it's just the wind. Barb asks Jill if she needs help looking for the doll, but then what the f***? Why the hell are they kissing? Anyway, Nika rolls her way into the TV room, and what the? How did he get there? Anyway, Nika goes to bring the doll upstairs to Alice, but then the power gets cut off. She goes to ask for help, but nobody comes because, well, these two are just too busy making out. Barb starts saying how annoying Nika is, but then... Oh, God. This movie has some solid jump scares. Nika and Barb start arguing when... Oh, I guess she didn't feel it because of her injury. Welcome to another episode of Badlands Chugs.
He said that life's a bitch and then you die bleeding like a stuck pig.
Okay, now I know that the good guy doll wasn't programmed to say that. Nika gets a strange call talking about evidence depository or something when...
Chucky, I'm scared.
You fucking should be.
Oh, is that who I think it is? Jill heads to bed with the doll in the background, but when she starts to get undressed, the doll disappears again. Nika begins to boot up
Internet search
and plugs in Chucky doll evidence. We get some fun nods to other movies such as Kent Military School Murders Unsolved and Chicago Homicides Unsolved, and then we go back to Jill and Barb who are now on Skype or something, because that's not Skype. If it was Skype, then graphics would have been absolutely dog shit. Anyway, Jill's looking at Barb, but when Barb looks around to check something, oh no. Then, oh! The doll kicks a bucket of water into an outlet, melting Jill's eye off and killing her! Oh my god! Alright, I will admit that the makeup isn't the greatest for this one, but trust me, the rest of them are pretty good.
Women can't live with them, period.
Oh, he's back! Barb goes to check on Jill and Alice, but it turns out Ian, her husband, knew about the affair all along, because he said that he planted a nanny cam in the Chucky doll. Anyway, Barb gets out of the room and turns the corner to see a good guy doll just chilling on the stairs. Nika yells at Barb to put down the doll, but Barb refuses because she thinks that Nika knew about the cameras the whole time and didn't tell her about it. Barb's still looking for Alice, but when she goes upstairs to check on her, she starts inspecting the doll. And well, there's a lump in his chest, and what does she pull out? That's right, a butcher knife. Barb gets scared by a rat and then turns around into a face full of good guy. She notices a little bit of chipping, so she pulls it off to reveal some... Wait, are those the scars from Seed and Bride? I mean, I don't know why you would want to reference Seed of Chucky in this movie, but whatever. It is pretty cool that they aren't just completely ignoring the last two movies, because I thought they were going to be doing that for a second. Chucky backs Barb into a corner and says,
You have your mother's eyes, and they were always too fucking close together!
Then, oh! He stabs her through the eye? What? Oh my god! Oh, that hurts! Nika goes to climb up the stairs, but then, an eye falls down at her. Oh, that's disgusting. Then... Oh man, here we go! Nika starts discovering all the bodies and then tells Ian. Ian brings her downstairs and then goes back up to look for Alice. While he's gone though, Chucky revs up the car. At least he doesn't drive it. Whatever. Ian returns to the garage and blames all the deaths on Nika because, I mean, he just doesn't believe a killer doll, as so many in the past. Nika has a heart condition, which she sort of touched on earlier, and when she starts to pass out, she asks Ian to inject her with the medicine. Ian still thinks that Nika killed everybody though, so he just lets her pass out. She wakes up with constraints on her wheelchair, and just so Ian can prove to Nika that, well, she was the killer, he goes to check the live feed of the camera he installed earlier. But don't look now, because the camera's approaching right behind them. Then, oh! Chucky knocks Ian down and then axes his jaw off! Oh, Lord! Chucky axes Nika in the leg, but she doesn't feel anything because of her disability. She fights back and manages to decapitate Chucky, killing him just like in the last movie. Wait, what? He's still alive? What? Was Seed of Chucky canon or not? Chucky throws Nika off the balcony, another awesome looking shot, and once this guy in the costume gets downstairs, Chucky finally reveals his true identity to Nika.
You're Charles Lee Ray.
My friends call me Chucky.
Then finally, after nearly 25 years, Brad Dourif is finally back on camera. This flashback reveals that Chucky kidnapped Nika's mother on the day of a funeral, but before he could do anything creepy to her, the cops show up. But unfortunately, the cops aren't quick enough to stop Chucky from axing Nika's mother in the pregnant stomach. Oh! The movie reveals that this was the cause of Nika's disability, and then Chucky runs away as the cops come in. He runs down to a toy factory, and well, this is how we get to the opening scene of the original Child's Play. But wait, if this was the opening scene in the original Child's Play and he was fleeing a kidnapping, then how was Eddie Caputo there waiting in the getaway car? I don't know, whatever. Chucky goes to stab Nika, but then Nika talks him down from it with her completion anxiety theory, saying that Chucky has completion anxiety because he never really killed Andy Barkley. We get a badass scene where Nika crawls into the elevator, and when Chucky goes to stab her, she grabs the knife blade first. Oh! This movie looks like it really hurts. Chucky gets the elevator door open, and when he runs at Nika to kill her, Nika stabs him in the back, finally killing him for good. Psych! The cops bust in, and once again, Chucky disappears to the chair. The cops see the other dead bodies scattered around the place, and they also see Nika with a bloody knife. Nika is then committed to a mental hospital, and one of the police officers takes the Chucky doll evidence into his car. The bag starts moving, and we get my favorite scene in the whole movie as...
They never learn.
Oh! Tiffany's back, and she's in Jennifer Tilly's body, so I guess Seed of Chucky was canon? I have no clue. Anyway, for me, this officer gets the best kill because, I mean, it's just an awesome scene. Seeing Tiffany pop up out of absolutely nowhere in the backseat and just slit this guy's throat. This was absolutely sick. The first time I watched this movie and I saw this scene, I literally jumped out of my chair. I was so excited to see Tiffany back. So this police officer pretty much gets the best kill because the rest of the scene was so dope. Alice gets home from her other grandmother's house, and so does Chucky. He starts chanting without any clouds, but then... Christ, okay! But with that final jump scare comes... wait a minute. A post-credit scene says that it's 6 months later, and a man gets a box delivered to his house. He puts it down and starts calling his mom, but then, wait. Why is there a picture of the original Andy Barkley and his mom on the dresser? A knife in the background starts to open the box from the inside, and obviously it's Chucky. But when Chucky turns around...
Play with this.
Andy!
That's right. Andy Barkley is back. Thanks for watching my walkthrough of Curse of Chucky. Next we're going to be looking at Cult of Chucky, which if I remember correctly is actually my favorite in the franchise. After that, anything goes, you never know. But until then, thanks for watching, goodbye, and good night. Bang!